just not gonna line up. So everything has to be fully controlled and dialed. I know you guys like that word, but I say that a lot apparently. So take a drink every time you hear dialed of chocolate milk.
That was actually pretty refreshing. Thank you, Peter. That was a great idea. All right, guys. So today we are going to talk about possibly the next sliced bread, the next peanut butter and jelly, the next chocolate and peanut butter combo. Okay, this is the perfect lens and camera combo. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So what makes this camera and this lens the best combination? Well, I'll give you a couple good reasons. So to begin, this lens, we're going to focus on budget for both of these. This lens is just under $300. It gives you a very shallow depth of field all the way through the focal range. Has in-body stabilization in the lens, which means you can hold it handheld and there's, you know, some stabilizing in there so your footage isn't shaky. So for a budget lens, this can be used for professional work. Bingo. It's a heavy lens though. So, you know, if you're somebody who likes to carry around heavy gear, well, that's where this comes in. This is the smallest DSLR Canon has. It's very light, comes in at whatever weight. It's right here. The average DSLR, like the one I'm filming on right now, is definitely bigger and heavier. So when you have a heavy lens and a light camera body, that's like the perfect, because, you know, lenses with a shallower depth of field throughout the focal length, they're gonna be bigger and heavier because they have to remain wide open to give you a shallow depth of field. The benefits to these two is that they're both great for video. I mean, amazing for video. It's why I bought both of them. This camera, because it has the articulating screen, it also shoots 1080p up to 60 frames per second, so you can get really good slow-mo. Like I said, this has a very shallow depth of field, so you can get cinematic video, and you can also use it to film skateboarding. And this lens is heavy, so for cinematic video or for skateboarding, you can handhold the camera and make it look pretty good. So very budget friendly, you can get professional results out of this. Now for photography, what makes this combination awesome as well is that you can go from, you know, taking landscape photos because it's a wide angle. You can take portraits because it also has, you know, up to 50 millimeters and 35 millimeters, and the shallow depth of field is going to give more blurry background, more bokeh, and it's just going to look professional altogether. And this is very light. You can slip it into, you know, your backpack. You can almost put it in like a jacket pocket or something. Cool about it is that these are going to stand the test of time because this, you know, it's 1080p, takes really good stills, has a pretty big sensor in it. This lens has been around for a little while. I don't know when it came out, but I bought it and I've made my money back off of it for sure. I've used it to make so many of my YouTube videos. I've used it to make skate videos, taken so many pictures with this lens because it's an all-around lens. It's good for photography, very good for videography if you want to upgrade from your kit lens. Honestly, the Canon equivalent of this, I think this is better. It's cheaper and it gives you a very sharp and just a great image. And it's literally like a third of the price too, which is awesome. I mean, yeah, honestly, that's why I think these two make a great combination. Something about that, this just looks right. It looks good, it looks perfect. Like these two were made to be put together. So yeah, plus that lens has a really good autofocus. It's just, I don't know, it's just a great lens. I don't think I'm ever gonna replace it or sell it. It's just that good of a lens, and for the budget and the amazing quality you can get out of it, I highly recommend this combo. I mean, I don't know why it's not talked about more, because you know, you have your budget camera and a budget lens, and you can get some really, really good images on it, and it's just awesome. It takes really good pictures and it captures amazing video, and it's very versatile in what it can do. Whereas like a prime lens or a super zoom lens or a super wide angle lens, you're very limited to what it can do. But this is like an all around. It's not great at one thing, but it's good at multiple things, and that's where most of my equipment is right now. So let me show you what you can do with this camera and this lens.